This research project has been conducted by Tiffany, Adrian, Solange Nhan, and Jing Wang as part of Lee Business School's Department of Marketing at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, under the guidance of Dr. Ida Anamlayas.
An increasing amount of marketing efforts has been shifted from traditional segments such as television and print media to online sources such as YouTube. However, concerns are raised as marketing effectiveness can be questionable due to consumers' ability to skip or block advertisements using add-on apps. Existing research delves into how advertisements on YouTube work and questions their effectiveness, but they do not compare it to other platforms. There are three purposes for this research. We want to compare consumer perceptions of advertising between YouTube and other digital platforms. We then want to examine how demographic attributes affect consumer perceptions. Last but not least, we want to examine how different ad features can influence their effectiveness of ads on different social media platforms. Our conceptual model is shown in the poster. We primarily want to understand how different factors affect advertising effectiveness and how consumers are influenced by those factors.
We have collected information regarding YouTube and its function in advertising through literature reviews, netnography, and surveys. We analyzed 5 different studies regarding YouTube advertising and found that YouTube can be used as a platform to increase brand preference in users and purchase intent through advertisements and video content. Studies show that YouTube users will often choose not to view ads when presented with the option, and brands will often advertise in the manner that is personalized to the target market. Through a netnography of opinions about YouTube advertisements in the Reddit, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr communities, it was found that YouTube advertisements were subjected to negative opinions. These included criticisms of consistent ads, advice for others to prevent seeing ads, concerns of video demonetization, and confusion in seeing ads contrary to their personal values. To further understand Reddit's community, Voyant Tools was utilized to conduct a text analysis on a thread regarding YouTube advertisements. In this analysis, YouTube, skip, ads, adblock, and hate were the most commonly used terms. We then used Qualtrics to survey 120 people of various demographics about advertising consumption and consumer opinions through snowballing and convenience methods. The gender of the sample demographics consisted of 30% male, 66.7% female, and 3.3% non-binary. Furthermore, 4% of the sample size were under the age of 18, 62.5% were between 18 and 24, 26.7% were between 25 and 34, 5% were between 35 and 44, 1.7% were between 45 and 54, and 0.8% were over the age of 65. We then gathered the data from the survey and analyzed it with SPSS. We conducted descriptive statistics, chi-square analyses, t-tests, ANOVA tests, Sheppey tests, and correlation tests to determine significant results.
We conducted a variety of tests and got varying results, where most weren't significant at all. We tested different variables against one another based on our conceptual model, and also tested out other hypotheses. For our findings, we wanted to showcase these 3 significant results. Figure 2 is a clustered bar chart that represents the findings of a t-test that showed a significant difference in the level of ad follow-through, which is clicking on an ad and purchasing the product, and individuals who enable ad personalization, where platforms advertise based on your interests. Those who enable ad personalization were more likely to follow through on ads, which suggests that catering to consumers can make a difference. Figure 3 is a visual model of correlations between the likelihoods of clicking on an ad and buying a product from an ad on various platforms. All correlations for the platforms are positive and mostly strong, with Tumblr having the weakest relationship, and suggests which platforms ads might be successful on. Figure 4 is also a visual model of correlations, but between the likelihood of clicking an ad and the different aspects that are important to survey participants. Few results were significant, but those that were, which are pictured here, had weak positive correlations, which suggests that consumers are not as concerned with the content of the ads when it comes to their effectiveness.
Based on our research, we came to the following conclusions. First, we can understand that ad personalization does play a part in the effectiveness of an ad. Second, advertising on YouTube is considered effective, but there are other platforms, such as social media, that are either equally as effective or more effective with their techniques. Third, ad consumption is subjective, with consumers having many opinions and attitudes of companies' advertising strategies on various platforms. And last, but certainly not least, we can see that through the data, brands should consider thinking about how they plan to go about creating meaningful and effective information that matters most to consumers. We would like to thank Dr. Ann Lemire, the UNLV Office of Undergraduate Research, and to all of those who have completed our survey. Your participation is much appreciated. Thank you.